Greetings cyberdogs and citizens of the internet, and welcome back to episode 9 of this Let's Play Modded Minecraft Survival Stories 3 series with me, ReNDoG. In the previous episode, we returned from a ridiculously disastrous adventure deep within the butthole of a roguelike dungeon, but we did manage to come home with a whole bunch of tasty loot, which I'm going to show you guys in a second. In this episode though, my friends, we need to get busy working on some pretty serious jazz. As the energy requirements of the Meteor Man Cave increase, so do we need to find a more efficient way and a more powerful way to generate energy so that we can keep all of our pulverizers and freaking machines going 24 hours a day. And guys, I'm going to be showing you how to do that using something called a Culinary Generator. And I'm just going to leave it at that for now, but you guys can use your imaginations. It's pretty damn sweet. But yeah, I'm back from the adventure. I must say it was really awesome. I loved every single minute of my time down in that dungeon, and I'm so glad to see how many of you cyberdogs enjoyed that adventure too, man. A lot of you guys were telling me that you really enjoyed the adventure. It was super freaking terrifying, and there was loads and loads of action and scary moments. And you know, what I try to do in that adventure was just to show everybody how awesome adventuring can be in Survival Stories 3. And I must say, that was probably one of the funnest and most awesome experiences, or adventure experiences, that I've had in Minecraft in a really long time. And I just can't wait to go and find some more, man. Oh man, there must be many more around here, so we need to do some exploring. Now, I've just come to the wheat field over here to harvest myself a little bit more wheat, because wheat is going to be playing a pretty important role in today's episode. What we are going to be trying to do today, guys, is turn wheat into energy. And man, it is going to be absolutely awesome if I can pull it off. I kinda have worked out what to do. As you guys can see, I've got my inventory filled with all of the jazz that we need for today's episode. I've also spent a couple of hours on the server just hanging out with Scalda, doing some mining and collecting some more ores. I actually needed a little bit more lead for today's episode, so I went on a bit of a mining expedition. And by the way, guys, this is how you harvest corn. You just break it, and it yields you results. In the previous episodes, we were struggling to actually harvest this corn, but you literally just left click on it and bam, you get some of this corn. I have no idea what to do with the corn yet, but hey, one step at a time, right, my friends? There's also been a couple of things that have happened inside of the Meteor Man Cave that I'm very excited to show you. First and foremost, let's just head down into our bedroom. I want to just drop off these 2 experience points. The more experience points that I can deposit in this tank, the better. Yeah. Because let's face it, I'm going to die a lot. Let's have a look at our Ender Lily. It has grown. I think it has grown. Have you grown? Can I harvest thee? It's mature. How do I harvest this thing? Do I have to break it? Oh, okay. I think I might have to break it. Okay, let's try it. What? I could put 2 torches right next to each other there. Did you see that? That was kind of weird. All right, if we break it, what happens? Yes, we get an Ender Pearl and another Ender Lily. That is awesome. Okay, so our Ender Lily did mature in the end. Now, before we get cracking on today's episode, my friends, let me just show you a few things that have changed around here. This is our ore pulverization facility, which hasn't changed at all, but I've added another room over here, which I'm going to be turning into our storage facility. I've made a few of these barrels, which is pretty awesome. Barrels are very easy to make. All you need is some logs, a chest, and I do believe a wooden slab, and that can make you a barrel. And as you can see, what you can do is you can store numbers of stacks of the same item inside of the barrel, which is really awesome. So I've been putting all of our excess toast up in this barrel, and we're going to find a way to automate our Meteor Man Cave so that any item we bring in here just gets sent into the storage room and stored away in here for safekeeping. So that's pretty cool. I've also dug out another little room over here, and this is where we're going to be primarily working today. We are going to be turning this room into the power room, and it's going to be pretty cool. I've got some very cool plans for it. I don't know if I'm going to have the skills to pull it off, but I tell you what, my friends, I'm going to try my best, man. And as you can see, another glorious day has begun in Survival Stories 3. I think Scalda's on the server. Yep, there he is. We were having a little bit of a conversation just before I started recording, and it's always so awesome when I come onto the server and Scalda's there. You know, it really feels like we're both just loving the series so much and loving this world so much, and it's so nice to share that love with somebody who's also enjoying it as much as I am. So that's pretty awesome. So yeah, let me show you guys exactly what we managed to pick up on our adventure. I've pretty much dropped off all of the excess loot from the roguelike dungeon into our chests, but I did keep all of the important stuff that we discovered in our golden bag of holding. We managed to find ourselves 4 embryos from Iskal's mini mobs. This is a mod that we need to get into pretty soon. It's one of the custom mods in the pack that was made by Iskal, and you can see we've got a pig, 2 pigs, a spider, and a creeper mini mob. Give me 1 second. Ah, man, nothing like a little bit of coffee and modded Minecraft for a Friday evening. Am I right, my friends? Oh, man. We did manage to pick up an efficiency 5 unbreaking 3 shovel, which is very helpful. I'm definitely going to put that in my inventory. We managed to pick up a couple of pretty good swords too, which is pretty cool. I think we should probably have a sword just in case. We got some sweet armor, this Gothic Sallet of Defense, protection 3, unbreaking 2, pretty cool. Nothing too special. Some steel leggings, we got a record, we got a jukebox, a saddle, an anvil, and some melon seeds, which is very sweet. We got this black lotus, which is awesome, a veshing stick. And some more ender lilies. Okay, that's pretty cool. We could actually plant these next to our other ender lilies. We got some chelicerae, a title scroll, knowledge note, and then a whole bunch of really good food items. So that was the taking from our roguelike dungeon adventure. A pretty good taking, I must say. I mean, it could have been better, but I'm not going to complain too much about what we managed to get. I think we managed to get some pretty cool stuff out of that. But yeah, I think what I'll do at some point is plant all of these ender lilies over here. We'll dig this out and make a nice little ender lily farm. That's pretty cool, man. They don't seem to take that long to grow, and I do think you can actually, I think you can help them along with the watering can. Growth 0%. Let's have a look. Can I make it grow any faster than it's currently growing? I don't think so. Well, anyway, we don't use ender pearls that much at the moment, so not too worried about getting them ender lilies grown very, very fast. But guys, what I am worried about is power. Because our man cave is expanding, and we are slowly but surely adding more machines in here. This is our toast room, currently a redstone furnace and a pulverizer. As you can see, the system is shut down because the chest is completely filled with toast right now, which is pretty crazy. And of course, we have our ore pulverization facility, which has got 2 pulverizers in it. And we are basically running on these janky-ass survivalist generators. And these survivalist generators only generate a 5 RF per tick, which is, quite frankly, pathetic. And we need to find a way to generate a little bit more power. Now, there's numerous ways to generate power in survival stories, of course. But there are some ways that are more efficient than others, shall we say. Let me just make for myself a crafting table over here. And as the game scales, right, so what I mean by that is as you get further and further into the late game, obviously the things that you can make, or the machines that you can make, get better and better as you go along. But because we're kind of in the early game right now, we need to try and figure out a way to generate some cheap-ish early game power. And the survivalist generator, which is what we've been using for the last 8 episodes, is doing a pretty good job, but I think that we could do a little bit better. Now, feast your freaking eyeballs on this little baby. This is called a Culinary Generator with a power multiplier ×1. And the way that we make this is with redstone, ferni, and a survivalist generator. So we've already got the survivalist generator. Essentially what it is an upgrade to the survivalist generator. It is 100% better than the survivalist generator. And the really cool thing is that it runs on food. So instead of cooking coal, we are going to be able, to cook toast. So we have basically got an unlimited supply of toast as long as we feed this chest with wheat from our croppage field. The toast from this chest is way more toast than we could ever eat. So why don't we turn this toast, which is essentially carbon, right, into power, into energy? And then what we can do is direct that energy throughout the man cave to all of the different facilities in the man cave. That is going to be the plan for today. Now, before we get going on that, guys, there's just one more thing that I want to talk about. And this is something that has inspired me from Iskal's Survival Stories episodes. If you guys haven't been watching his series, I want to slap your ass because you're missing something fierce, man. Iskal's series is absolutely awesome, extremely inspirational, and he has made an incredible man cave. We're currently having a little bit of a competition, I suppose, a man cave competition between us. And I got to admit, Cyberdogs, Iskal's man cave right now is way cooler than ours. I know that that's pretty hard for you cyberdogs out there to stomach, that we are currently being wrecked by the Iskalians. But worry not, I've got plans that are going to turn that frown upside down. And this is what we're going to be doing, guys. We are going to be turning our Meteor Man Cave into, well, I don't really know how to explain it. Okay, let me start off by explaining a little bit of lore. I've been trying to figure out a little bit of lore for the series, and I think that I've got a really cool idea. Okay, so this is what I reckon. I reckon the lore is that we were working on the ReNDoG in Feed the Beast, and due to modules not being updated, a critical error occurred in our nuclear reactors, and we had to eject ASAP. We ejected the ReNDoG, landed on this planet, and we are a little bit unsure whether or not this planet can support life. So what I want to do, guys, is turn this man cave into a sort of life-supporting laboratory. I don't know how to explain it. Have you guys seen the movie Evolution, where they find this alien meteor deep within a cave, and then they turn the whole cave into a laboratory, so it becomes super clean and super cleansed and all of that sort of thing. So what I want to try and do is make this one long tunnel that is going to be sealed from the environment. So there will be a sealed door over here, a double docking door, and inside we will make it like super space age, right? So think Star Wars or Star Trek, that sort of really clean interior with some really awesome white walls, really modern, and throughout the man cave we will have the wiring that will be powering the facilities running along the roof of the man cave. You know, so it'll kind of look like a little bit like a cave laboratory of some kind. That's the initial idea, my friends. I don't know if it's going to work out or not, but let's give it a go. It's going to be freaking sweet. Caffeine straight to the butt. Oh, baby. I'm so ready to get on with this episode, my friends. We have come to my favorite part of modded Minecraft, and that is, of course, creating machines, creating pipes, and creating cables. I know that sounds completely crazy, but trust me, guys, it's going to be so much fun. What we're going to be doing is making some culinary generators. And having a look at the recipe, we've got pretty much everything that we need here. I've just gone and collected all of the survivalist generators from our pulverization facilities. I've got the iron that we need over here. I think we're going to need more iron than that, though. Yeah, we can make 5 of these at a time. And of course, we need some redstone too. There we go. Let's make 5 culinary generators, and we can make 1 more culinary generator, I think. Yep. There we go, and 6 culinary generators in the belly. That's awesome. So these culinary generators, as I was explaining to you guys a little bit earlier, they are exactly the same as survivalist generators, but I think that they produce 10 RF worth of power instead of 5 RF, so they are 100% better than the survivalist generator. And if we crack this sucker open, you guys will be able to see that if I put some toast in here, it is generating power from toast. Actually, excuse me, 28 RF. Is that what's being generated here? That's absolutely insane. So that's awesome. Now, the next part of this task, of course, is to find a way to store all of this amazing power that's being generated by these culinary generators. And I think the idea that I have here is to have a single source of power out from this power facility. So what I mean by that is I want to have a battery of some kind that will be the single output from the power room, and that battery will be feeding power along the roof of the Meteor Man Cave into the various facilities around the place. So the best way to do that in the early game, I think, is to create a little something called a redstone cell. No, wait, hang on, a leadstone cell, excuse me. There we go, a leadstone energy cell. And essentially what a leadstone energy cell is, it's basically just a battery. That's pretty much exactly what it is. And for some reason, I can't make... What's going on here, man? Control? There we go, okay. So copper ingot. Oh, we need copper for this one, don't we? Derp! Yep, happens every freaking time, my friends. Just when you think you've got everything organized for an episode of modded Minecraft, you forget something. Well, what I've forgotten is that we need to make electrum ingots. And to make electrum ingots, we need gold, pulverized gold or golden dust, and we need pulverized silver or silver dust. And we can get that simply by pulverizing gold and silver ingots. And then we can create electrum grit, I think. Yeah, electrum grit out of these two dusts. Then we can go and smelt this grit into electrum bars. And we need the electrum bars to actually make those things that we were trying to make there. The freaking redstone power cell. So let me get all of this stuff sorted out, guys. And yeah, then we will actually make something, okay? Alright guys, let's get down to business. Let's make for ourselves a redstone conductance coil. That's a freaking cool word. Now that we've got our electrum ingots made from silver and gold grit, let's make this sucker. I've already made a couple of these because I think I'm going to make a number of these energy cells. Let's make another one of these leadstone energy cell frames, which is what is required to make the final leadstone energy cell. And for that we need a block of redstone, some lead and some glass, which we have all of that in our inventory. Let's crack that sucker open, and now all we need to do is put a little bit of copper into this, and there we go. We can make 2 of these redstone energy cells, which don't stack on each other, unfortunately. But there we go, leadstone energy cell in the freaking belly, and I think that is going to work quite nicely. Let's have a look. Is this actually going to work? It's going to be derpy if it doesn't, but if we stick this on top of the culinary generator that we've created, let's configure the leadstone energy cell to receive energy, which is blue, from the bottom. There we go, the culinary generator has kicked in, and the leadstone energy cell looks like it is receiving power. And man, it is receiving quite a lot of power too. We are generating a ton of power from the simple single culinary generator. And how cool is that, man? You can see it slowly filling up with the red bar. That's so awesome. Okay, so that's actually working. And I think we can use our crescent hammer to... can we use our crescent hammer to pick this thing up? Can we just pick it up with a... Yeah, we can just pick it up with a pickaxe. Okay, sweet. Right, so now what we have to figure out, guys, is how to make this room look pretty cool, right? I mean, I don't want to just stick these culinary generators in here. I want it to kind of look pretty sweet. And I'm thinking maybe what we should do... We've got 6 culinary generators to work with over here. So let's just pick this one up also. And I'm thinking maybe what we do is we stick them... If we stick our leadstone energy cells on top of each other, perhaps in the very center of the room, right? Let's give ourselves 2 blocks wide to walk around. So it's going to have to be over here, I think. We'll have to dig out the room a little bit, I think. But if we stick the leadstone energy cells, excuse me, on top of each other like so. Okay. Oh, look at this. The leadstone energy cell actually retains its energy level too, which is really cool. Then, perhaps what we could do is surround the energy cells like this with the generators, right? So like 4 generators like that. And then we'd have to make another 4 generators for the top cell. But for now, we can literally just configure the culinary generator, or the leadstone cell. There we go. Let's configure the leadstone cell to receive energy from all 4 corners. Okay. Then let's just make sure that if we put food into each of these culinary generators like so, are they all going to be pumping power into that leadstone energy cell? If they all turn on, that means that leadstone energy cell is receiving power. And this thing must be getting a ridiculous amount of power now. Yep. Yep, all of the culinary generators are a-cooking. That's awesome. Now, let's output. Change it to orange, I think is output. The top of the bottom leadstone energy cell into this one. Change the bottom of this leadstone energy cell to receive. And there we go. Okay, so the energy that the leadstone cell is getting from the culinary generators is being transported or transfused, I guess, or transferred is probably the correct word. Give me 1 second. Coffee to help the brain. Into the second leadstone energy cell that's sitting on top of it. So all we had to do was just do a little bit of input and output configuration there. But that's looking pretty darn sweet, isn't it? Okay, excellent. I'm very happy with that. Now, the next step that we need to do here, guys, is find a way to get the bread from our pulverization or our toast factory, which is through here, we need to get that bread automatically into these culinary generators, right? So what we want to do is set up a system so that when we harvest wheat and we stick that wheat into that chest, that wheat will come into the system, get processed and turned into toast, and then the excess toast from this chest will be delivered into the power room to be converted into energy for the Meteor Man Cave. So that's the plan. Now we got to figure out how to freaking do it. Alright guys, I've had a look around the place and I think I have figured out exactly how we're going to do this. We're going to start by making ourselves some item ducts. We already made these a couple episodes ago. Let's make quite a few of them. Let's make like 18 of them. We might need quite a few of those. And we are also going to need a couple of servos, I think, so that we can be transporting the items around the place. And for that, we're going to just need iron nuggets and some glass. Yeah, I've got all of that in my inventory. Let's just make like 5 servos for now. That should be fine. Oh man, I'm so excited about this, guys. I think I'm going to actually be able to do this first time and on camera too, which is pretty exciting. Anyway, let's bust through this wall over here. This is going to give us access into the toast machine, and more importantly, give us access to the chest over there, which is the chest that is receiving all of the toast from our toast machine. And what we want to be doing here, I think, guys, is... we need to find a way to deliver the toast from this chest into the culinary generators, and I think we can very simply do that by just using some item ducts. The item ducts act pretty smartly, right? So an item duct will decide whether or not to send an item into a place if that place is ready to receive an item, if that makes any sense. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to place some item ducts on top of our culinary generators like this, okay? Just like that. So they are now ready to receive toast. And what I'm going to do is run a line of item duckage, I think it's probably called. Let's just pick it up with our... Dang it! Why can't I pick it up with the crescent hammer? That's strange. Alright, that item duct doesn't want to be friends. Anyway, let's carry on going. So this is coming down from the chest. Or maybe... Okay, nope. Nope. I got a better idea. Let's run it... because this is the top of the room over here, right? So let's run it like this, but we're going to have to disconnect this connection using our crescent hammer, just like so. Nice. Okay, so that's going to come in like this. Oops. And connect into this delivery section. And because we have the space here, we'll be able to walk around the generator room also, which is awesome. Plus it looks super cool. Okay, so that looks like it should work, right? Okay, all of the suckers have attached themselves to the various places. Now what we got to do is install a servo into this item duct over here to tell this item duct to send bread and only bread, toast and only toast into our culinary generators. So we're going to ignore the redstone signal so that the servo just works. And because we're using opaque item ducts, you can't actually see the items traveling through here. Eventually we'll be able to make item ducts that you can actually see the items traveling through them. But for now we're just using this. But what we should see is bread heading into this culinary generator at any moment, if it's actually working. Or we can actually monitor the chest. Is this sucking out anything? It looks like it's sucking out stuff. Yeah, the toast is definitely coming out of there. Yes, it's working! Check! Our culinary generators are slowly filling up with bread, or the first one is anyway. Let's have a look. Yes, this is awesome! Okay, so this culinary generator is slowly but surely filling up with bread. I think our leadstone energy cells are completely full. Yeah, they are completely full right now. Jeez. We have got some excess energy going on over here, which is awesome. It means that we can install a bunch more pulverizers and stuff too to make use of this new generation of energy, I suppose. I just think it's so cool how we're turning all of this excess toast into something useful. Let's have a look. Are the item ducts smartly filling up the other generators yet? It doesn't look like it, does it? That's kind of annoying. No! There it is! Okay, so it's doing it one culinary generator at a time, right? So it's starting over here, heading onto this one, and slowly but surely it'll go all the way around. Oh man! It's coming together, baby! Oh, little robot, you are making me so freaking proud right now. Generating power, you little cutie. Oh man, this is so awesome. I've just come in here, guys, to repair some of the damage that I did here. I think we're going to have to rework this room at some point because it's starting to look a little bit janky. But man, priority number one, get this energy a-flowing. And I think all of our culinary generators should now be packed with bread. Well, they're slowly getting there, which is amazing. This, of course, means we can move on to the next step of this project, which is figuring out a way to deliver this power into our man cave and into our various facilities. And the way that we're going to be doing that, guys, is by laying a few more cables, which makes me extremely happy. I love me some freaking cables. And we are going to be using something called a leadstone flux duct, which is essentially a power cable. It's basically exactly what it is. And it's pretty cheap to make. It's a pretty good early game power transport unit or cable, if you will. For some reason, these culinary generators don't want to sit on top of each other. But check it out. If we have a look at the recipe, let's just get into our crafting table, crack open the recipe for the leadstone flux duct, we can see that to make this, all we need is redstone, glass, and lead ingots. So very, very cheap to make. We will make quite a few of these. Let's make like 24 of these for now. We'll probably need a lot more than that to wire up the entire man cave. But for now, I just want to get the preliminary wiring going on. So what we can do, guys, check it out. Let's just get this leadstone flux duct cabling in our little pour over here. And we can do basically exactly the same as we did with these item ducts. We can do the same, but we can lay down this very cool looking cable like that. How cool is that looking, man? You can see all that redstone power flowing through there, man. That is so awesome. And what we'll do, I think, is send the cable out of the power room. What we're going to have to do is spend a little bit of time, of course, beautifying this place, changing the walls up, making it look awesome. But that actually looks like some sort of a power generator contraption, doesn't it? Oh, it looks so cool. So check it out, right? So here our cable is coming out, okay? And what I'm thinking is that we could run the cable all the way along the roof of the man cave. I think that'll look pretty darn rad. Check it out, man. If we do a little bit of this action like this, I think just because the cable itself looks so awesome, I actually want to be able to see it as often as I possibly can, you know? I mean, it looks so freaking rad, man. Look at it. It's badass. That is a one badass cable. And let's have a look. This is where we want it to come into the pulverization room, right? We're going to have to make a few more of these cables, I think. That's looking a little bit janky, I think. We might have to run the cable through the roof, maybe. Yeah, we're going to have to work a little bit on the aesthetics over there. But all in all, you guys are kind of picking up what I'm putting down over here, right? Let's just make a few more of these cables. I think we'll probably have to make a full suite of them. I think that's all of our lead now out the wazoo, unfortunately. Hopefully we will have enough of these cables to power up our pulverizers over here. So check it out. What we could do for now, just as a temporary measure, is install our redstone cables like so. So now, oh man, look how cool that looks. Our robot's just been upgraded with some neon lights, man. He is pimping. Has the exhibit been in this cave? Oh man, so check it out, boom! Now we've got power coming from our generator room directly into our pulverization room. Let's, oops. No, that's cute, but it is wrong. Let's have a look. Yes, are we getting power? No, we're not getting power. Oh, I know why. I know why, because we haven't configured our leadstone energy cell to deliver its power into the leadstone cabling. So let's go into the configuration. This has got to be out. The top of the cable has got to be out, okay? So if we go back into our pulverization room, yes, there we go. Look at that, how quickly the pulverizers filled up with power. That was absolutely insane. Jeez, man. All right, now we're going to figure out a way to get some power into these bad boys too. So this room is going to actually require some configuring, I think. At the moment, it doesn't have any power at all. So the whole system is actually shut down. Because without freaking toast, there ain't no power, baby. Well, I don't know about you guys, but I am having so much fun in today's episode. I don't know what it is, man. I just love doing this stuff. I've peeled off my sweaty ass armor and I am now ready to complete today's project. I've just spent the last of my lead to create a few more leadstone flux ducts, and that means we'll be able to bring some power back into our wheat processing facility, I suppose is what it's called. So check it out. My plan is to run this flux duct cabling all the way underneath like this, and then to bring it up like this. Bam, that pulverizer now has some power. Then we bring it around the corner and bam, that pulverizer now has some power. So that is awesome. That is awesome. Well, the redstone furnace has got power and the pulverizer's got power. The room, however, has got a lot more janky, although I do like how these redstone cables add a little bit of light. I think that's pretty cool. But there we go, guys. That's pretty much our system now running on full freaking blast. Look at this. Redstone furnace is cooking away. The pulverizer is, well, not pulverizing right now because it's got nothing to pulverize. Our power generator, are we even using anywhere close to the amount of energy that we have at the moment? Nope. We're not even touching our supply, which is amazing. Of course, we're not actually pulverizing anything at the moment, but essentially we are now ready to increase the number of pulverizers in our pulverizing facility to a butt-ton. We could also create a redstone furnace room also, which will also be freaking sweet. We should definitely be doing that. And basically, we have sorted our early game power, which is amazing. Well, my friends, unfortunately, our time has come to an end here in Survival Stories. I really hope you have enjoyed today's episode. I've absolutely loved it because we've managed to now turn a single piece of wheat into sustainable food and sustainable energy, which is just simply amazing. I love it. However, the bad news is this man cave is starting to look seriously ugly. We're going to have to start dedicating a little bit of time to making this place beautiful, and that's what we're going to be tackling in the next episode, where we're going to be using something called a chisel. And let me tell you something, my friends, it's going to blow your freaking minds. Thank you so much for watching, guys. If you haven't subscribed yet, you know what to do, man. You hit that subscribe button, and if you enjoyed the episode, you hit that like button. Thank you so much for watching this episode. It's been ReNDoG playing modded Minecraft Survival Stories 3. We'll see you in the next episode.